Everyone, hope you are well. Monday done. Hope you're all feeling in decent enough spirits. So, yeah, we've got Mr. 8 Foot here. Resistance GB, or as I like to call, No Resistance GB. If you haven't seen his so-called arrest, I guarantee you watch it. If you wanna laugh, go and watch his so-called arrest. It really is hilarious. All right. But anyway, let's start here. So you got the G20, right? And obviously, what they're doing is they're promoting the fact that it's all done virtually. So you got all these stupid videos with all the leaders, and they're all saying the same thing, and which is why I can't really be bothered to go into it. But they're all talking about the VACCINE. Okay, so you got this guy who, if he isn't a Freemason, then, you know, I don't breathe oxygen. He just got that look, like you can just imagine, can't you? And then you got here, Merkel appeals for global efforts to tackle CV-19. So she's called on the G20 countries to support the VACCINE distribution worldwide, as nations are striving to find a way to curb the pandemic at the G20 virtual summit. Right? And then you got here the UN saying, the pandemic brings the developing world on precipice of financial ruin. So another way of saying Great Depression, economic depression, yeah? So the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres said the developing world was on the precipice of financial ruin due to the CV-19 pandemic. He was speaking in New York City on Friday ahead of the G20 summit. Okay? So while we were talking about that Resistance GB guy, as you can see on this page here, Mr. Rax, 3 videos of him in a row. So usually when they're doing this, it's because they're trying to promote someone. Okay, so bear in mind that this guy's getting promoted left, right and centre. He came out of nowhere. His channel's not even a month old yet. Very, very dodgy connections he's got. You know, you've seen him with Tapman, right? Tapman was there when he was getting so-called arrested, and Tapman was there a few days after, just randomly meeting him at CV testing centre, you know, like you do. But anyway, so they're really trying to promote this guy, and to me that just makes me sick, because he's got that horrible, like, shrill voice when he shouts. It's just, no thanks. So here we go. One of these stories again. Now I watched the video of this, yeah, just, you know, for reference and research. So it says here, moment, maskless woman spits at cashier in Waitrose while shouting "you're dead" after her card was declined. Right, so I watched it, and she's just like one of those, like, really, really, like, sort of unbalanced people that you see now and then. Over the top, aggressive, just probably not all there. But what I notice is the first thing that they want to do is tell you that she wasn't wearing a mask. All right, it's nothing to do with that. She's just one of those. Yeah, just one of those. Either that or it's someone paid to do it. But at the moment, from what I see and the interaction, it looks like just one of those sort of basket cases that you see now and then, and you've got to get out of their way. But yeah, they're politicizing this, basically trying to tar people who don't wear the face covering as someone like this. Yeah, they've been doing it for months now. They're not going to stop now. They just keep doing it. Yeah. And then you got this lovely story here. Government is paying $1 million a day to store 10,000 shipping containers full of PPE at Felixstowe Port, despite warnings that NHS is still desperately short of masks, gloves and aprons. So they're actually paying money to store something that they supposedly need right away. Is it a real story? Is it not? I have no idea. Let's say it isn't, or let's say it is. Let's say it is. It shows you they're shoddy. If it isn't real, then what they're trying to do is just annoy people, anger people, anything just to cause a bit of unrest and a bit of unease. Yeah, stress. Remember, stress causes illness. I've got a horrible feeling that they want people to be ill. Yeah, this is why they allow cigarettes and alcohol, and they don't allow plants that have been known to treat cancer. Yeah, and all kinds of syndromes and disease and illness, but that is illegal. But alcohol and cigarettes is fine. You can drink as much as you want, you can smoke as much as you want. So yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? That they're actually paying 1 million a day to store shipping containers. 1 million a day. Now I don't know if I believe it, but they're just trying to anger people, showing you that they're just wasting money. Wasting money, yeah? When there's people desperate need. So, the WHO fear Europe will be hit by a third wave of CV early next year due to the incomplete response to the pandemic. So here we go with the third wave talk. Right, we're just supposedly in the second wave now. Countries supposedly going through their second lockdown, and they're already talking about the third. Well, look, we haven't got long left of this year, so if they're saying early next year, then it's within the space of months. So what they're saying is that it's within months of each other that the third wave happens. First wave, second wave, third wave happens within months. Do you see the precedent they're setting here? They're telling you that it happens this quickly, yeah? And this is depressing, so let me just take my breath to say this one. So, doctors in Switzerland ask people over 60 and those with heart disease to sign do not resuscitate orders to ease pressure on Swiss intensive care units during CV. So, doctors are asking people over 60, and 60 is not old anymore, okay? Not that it was, but you know what I mean? And those with heart disease to sign do not resuscitate orders to ease pressure on intensive care units. So they're trying to emotionally blackmail people to say that unless they sign this, that they are causing pressure on intensive care units. Can you imagine that? We're living in a developed world, supposedly, and that's what they're saying. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? They were talking about this in England, weren't they? Yeah. And now they're telling you that it's happening in Switzerland as well. Yeah. I don't know what to say, people. It doesn't get much darker than that, does it? Emotionally blackmailing people, saying to sign a do not resuscitate order, and if you don't, then you're causing a lot of strain on the health system. How sick is that? How evil is that, man? My thoughts go out to anyone who is affected by these situations that we're describing right now. So, mystery over secret meeting between the Israeli Prime Minister and Saudi Arabian Crown Prince. Okay, so obviously they've had bad relationships, yeah, so this is why they're saying that everything needs to be done in secret. But the fact that it's so important makes you wonder what's going on, doesn't it? So yeah, secret meeting between the Israeli Prime Minister and Saudi Arabian Crown Prince. So here we've got a picture of Resistance GB, or like I said, no Resistance GB on the right, yeah? Now, you wouldn't think that recently he supposedly got, like he says on his video, he got savagely assaulted by the police. Yeah. And he boasts that it took an army of police to arrest him. Honestly, you should see some of the comments that this guy responds to. Like, someone says, "You're like the legendary person who stopped the tank in Tiananmen Square." That's what someone compared this guy to. Now, I don't personally believe that it's a real person who said that. I reckon it's just either him or a bot or whatever. One of these users that he's made so that he can put these stupid comments. Yeah, give himself some legendary status. Because like I said in the other video, remember, this is a guy who says he's 1 part Subject Access, 1 part Danny Shine, and 1 part Winston Churchill. Now, the guy on the left is supposedly the anti-lockdown candidate for next mayor of London, right? David Curtin. I didn't know anything about this guy, but he's been all over Speaker's Corner for the last sort of few weeks, which tells you everything you need to know. If he's at Speaker's Corner getting a camera in his face constantly, then he's there for limelight, and he's been propelled into the limelight for whatever particular reason. The fact that he's standing there next to Tapman while this guy here on the right is so-called getting arrested tells you everything that you need to know. So, like I said here, they think we are on their side, yeah? So, they look like they're there to help. They look like they're there as freedom fighters. They look like they're there to stop tyranny. Bollocks, are they, mate? It's all a show, and their pockets will get lined either way. Yeah? Either way. Controlled opposition. And remember, when you fake arrests like these, what it does, it scares the general populace. Oh, look, even this guy gets arrested. The 8-foot man gets arrested. Or Piers Corbyn gets arrested. Or Based Amy gets arrested. Or Based Welshman gets arrested. It's funny how it's all the people that we know quite well, isn't it? Like YouTube personalities, so-called people who are anti-lockdown. It's funny how they all get arrested, isn't it? And as we'll see a bit later, these are dodgy arrests that we're talking about. All right, so let's keep going. So the people should not be afraid of their governments. The government should be afraid of their people. And I posted this on my community page, and I agree with it. Also, I would add that they are scared of their people, and that's why they false flag events and they stage events to scare the populace into not protesting, because they do not want us to reach critical mass. Yeah, that's my theory on that. Inside joke for anyone who saw what happened 2 weeks ago, Marble Arch, right? If you don't get it, you don't get it. So yeah, went into town with my family the other day, and we saw this. Had to take a photo, right? So this was outside the bank. Let's have a look what it says. So, controlled access. Please wait to be invited inside. Controlled access. Look at the way they talk about it. Controlled access. The branch will now limit the number of customers inside at any one time. Please keep a 2-meter distance from other customers while you wait to be invited in. Practice social distancing at all times. And then they got this nice little tagline. Hashtag prepare and prevent. Prepare and prevent for peace of mind. Prepare and prevent. Controlled access. Ah, dear. And the thing is, right, when you go around all these shops, yeah, they're just full of these things. The shop windows are just full of these stupid signs. It's like, oh my God, you'd expect literally people to be, passing away literally in the street to warrant all these signs everywhere. Yeah? And what annoys me is some of the face covering posts, signs do not say about being exempt. Yeah, some say do not enter beyond this point without a face covering. Well, we did, and nothing happened. So don't be scared. Don't feel fearful. You're all exempt. Everyone is exempt. I said this about 50 times, right? Any situation, circumstance, or disability that means it would cause you distress to wear a face covering means that you are exempt. End of story. The more people that know this, the better. And Tyrant Finder, by wearing your face covering, you are actually adding to the tyranny. Okay, you've got the perfect excuse to not wear one. And you said you didn't want to wear a lanyard and be like the star like in World War Two. Well, it's nothing to do with that. Yeah, it's a really stupid comparison. At the end of the day, by wearing your face covering, you're adding to the tyranny. You're supposed to be a tyrant finder. It's nonsensical. Yeah, so please sort it out. And by wearing like a branded one, it means that you're promoting it basically, and I'm not really down with that. I called people out who promoted the face coverings a long time ago. Yeah, especially when it's your own branded one. It's just, come on, man. Making profit out of a so-called deadly pandemic virus. I mean, you know. Right, so this is very interesting. So I haven't mentioned this knobhead's name, okay? Because he doesn't deserve my attention. We're bigger and better than him. Yeah, look at the views that we get on our channel. Yeah, look at the community we have. He doesn't have a community on his channel. Anyway, there was a group of 5 who initially turned up to provoke the Black Lives Matter demo. The guy in the blue t-shirt was shouting White Lives Matter. The guy in the orange jacket called the BLM protesters racist, but couldn't explain how or why. They were all sent packing, right? So these people here had turned up to provoke Black Lives Matter demo. Okay, so let's have a look at who these people are. Oh, okay. So it's the mime himself with his stupid polo neck. He looks like a mime, yeah, like in the streets of Paris. And then that geezer there. And Chris behind him, right? So it's funny that, isn't it? Oh, and look, it's Chris. Yeah, Snaky Chris. Do not talk about me without me being there. Thank you very much, Chris. I've nothing to do with you. You're nothing to do with me. You're lucky I haven't made a video about you a long time ago, because I've seen the company that you keep. So the fact that you mentioned my name means now that I don't have anything to hold back with you. Okay, so I'm watching the circles that you hang around with and your actions, and you assassinated someone's character last weekend and you're trying to do it again, and I'm not having it, Chris. Yeah, so we'll be watching you. And again, this is no threat. We're not down with violence. We're not down with antagonizing people. That might be your ethos, but we are not anti-violent. I certainly am not, and I promote nothing but peaceful ways and debate. Okay, so yeah, these two as thick as thieves. They're always together. Very worrying. I expect them to get married soon and adopt a baby, but we'll see. That even though they provoke people, they don't actually get any come up on. So they're basically a bunch of cheats because they want to give it out, but they can't take it. So simple coward. It's a coward term, really, isn't it? It's another way of being a coward. So yeah, provocateurs with a bodyguard, by the looks of it. Yeah. Okay, and then let's go back to non-resistance GB. So He eventually put a comment on my video about him, the one that exposed him completely, made him out to be a fraud, made him out to have dodgy connections. He had nothing to say about that. All he put was this absolute shit comment here. You have generally made my evening. You have ever made one error. Your diagram, despite my clear direction, does not directly link me to Winston Churchill. What a dick. The reason he says that is because he compares himself to one part Subject Access, one part Danny Shine, one part Winston Churchill. What a knob. So he's got nothing to counter. I've said that he's an actor. I've said that his arrest was fake. He's got nothing to counter. Maybe that's because he knows I'm right and there's no way that he can counter what I've said. So instead of countering it and defending his name and his honour, he just puts this stupid comment, which I think tells you everything that you need to know. Okay. So this is a video that I used to expose Pavlov and Braden and their bodyguards. As you can see, only posted 6 days ago and we already have 1.8 thousand views. So can you imagine Pavlova getting his little thong in a twist right now? Yeah, almost at 2,000 views and we're not even in a week yet. So what he did was, he targeted this video with bots that dislike it. Yeah, so over 197 dislikes. That's more dislikes than all of my videos put together, right? We looked into it, or Train Ahead did, and you can actually buy these bots that do these things. So Pavlova can deny it all he wants, but the very fact that this is only happening on the video exposing him and his cowardly ways shows you everything you need to know. So you can try all you want, Pavlova and your feminine friends, but you can't stop the truth, and the truth is at 1.8 thousand views on your video of you being exposed like the little feminine coward that you are. Okay. So yeah, 1.8 thousand views on there, and then the one above it, 1.6 thousand views. So we're already over 3,000 views for videos about Pavlova getting exposed. So like I said, he's probably got his little thong in a twist right now. And here's proof of the spam bot that he's put on. So as you can see, it's a video where he's getting exposed. And as you can see, all these comments here are just from bots. So I don't know what he thinks he's doing, whether he's trying to slow me down, distract me, or make it look like the video is full of comments from people who haven't even watched it. All I have to do, simple, delete them. And also, if you are a moderator, then you can delete these as well. So you're just looking for these stupid comments like this that are just very generic, that don't make any sense whatsoever. But as you can see, here's proof that Pavlova is putting these bots on there to do anything he can to try and discredit the video of him getting exposed like the feminine coward that he is. 1.8 thousand views and counting. Yeah. So anyway, what we've got to remember is that we are in very crucial times right now. So I'm not going to get sidetracked and distracted by knobheads like this, okay? We've got much better and bigger and more important things to think about, okay? So I'm going to leave you on a positive note now, okay? Thanks for listening so far. So this is a beautiful tree that is down the road from where we live. We took this photo recently, and then unfortunately they cut the tree down, the bush down and everything. Okay, so that was quite upsetting because in my long time on this earth I'd never seen such a beautiful tree. So what we decided to do in memory of it is to purchase a couple of plants. So we got this beautiful one here, which is really nice, as you can see. And then we got this one again here, which is beautiful as well. So when it comes to plants, the reason I advise people to get plants if they can is because they remove toxins from the air. okay? Maybe not necessarily these ones, okay? These ones are more visually beautiful, but for example, I think things like the aloe vera plant and the peace lily are very good for getting toxins out of the air, and they're available, readily available, these plants as well. So I would recommend you get some plants just to cheer you up, and also to remove toxins from the air. So it's a win-win situation, really. And they've proved that even if you don't have plants, just a picture of nature can help you. So let's say you don't have money for plants, maybe you can put a painting up or a picture or just anything that literally grabs your eye visually, should do the same trick, okay? Because basically right now we're in a shower of negativity constantly bombarding us, okay? So take some goodness where you can, all right? So for the last few days I've just been chilling out. I've not been getting too deeply involved with all these stupid crisis actors, because I can't do any more than what I've done. I've showed people who they are. I've showed you what they do. I've showed you their patterns. I've showed you how long they've been doing it. I can't really do much more than that, okay? So if anyone wants to sort of replace them, not violently, in a correct way, stand in front of them, make sure they don't get any camera time, do that. I give you my blessing to do that. But yeah, I can't do much more than I have done. All right. So for now, everyone, thank you for listening. I hope your spirits are up. We need to keep our spirits up. All right. So stay one with nature. Unite the people to fight the evil. No new normal. This is Overkill, and we are over and out. Peace.